This right here is just another subtle reason why you don't want to be running 25 or 30 mile an hour all the time. You'd miss all this deer sign right here, along with the bear tracks in the sand. How fast do you need to go to outrun a bear? I don't know for sure, but I do know if you're just holding the throttle on this PuckiPup GoldenR, you're probably not going to make it. Welcome back to Heartland Makes and Outdoors, and in today's video we're going to be testing that all-wheel drive PuckiPup GoldenR hunting style e-bike with 75 miles of real-world trail use under the frame already. So let's get to the video. Now this isn't a sales pitch. This is my honest field review of the GoldenR after putting it through gravel, sand, deer trails, and very steep climbs. I bought this bike myself. No script, just facts. The GoldenR ships directly from PuckiPup's site with shipping included. If you go through Amazon, you'll notice there's an extra $2.99 for shipping. It ends up they're exactly the same price, same parts. Inside the box, it comes mostly assembled. The tools included are decent, but not quite everything you're going to need. For example, the front axle bolt require a thin-walled socket because the included tools simply won't fit because of this front suspension. For the majority of the assembly, I could not find any true torque specs. None were provided in the owner's manual. Some of the bolts feel snug, others feel questionable. Use your best judgment and check everything before you ride. I will say this, the bolts around the suspension actually have the torque specs etched into them, so that is pretty cool. I was pleased to see that. Here are the quick specs, then we'll hit what really matters. This bike is what they call an all-wheel drive. It's a dual motor setup. The rear is dominant and the front kicks in when you need it. It's got 130 millimeter front suspension with a true lockout. The rear suspension, however, is non-adjustable. It's got the Shimano Tourney 7-speed derailleur, as well as the Logan hydraulic disc brakes. It's got the 26x4 unbranded tires, and then the bike itself is actually, I couldn't find this online, and it was confirmed via email through customer service, but it has an IPX4 water resistance, which means that it can withstand being splashed. It's got a 400-pound max load capacity, which is actually unbelievable. That's really good, guys. It's got an unlockable screen for pedal assist greater than 30 miles an hour.
Wahoo! We'll feel this. We're fixing to hit 30. We're at 30. We're at 31.
However, I'm going to leave my bike class 2. It's got a 20 amp hour battery. It has a slow 2 amp charger. That was one of the other questions that was confirmed via email because I specifically asked if they had an upgraded charger. It was explained to me that they'd rather charge the battery slow and it adds for battery longevity. That charger could be a problem for some folks, especially if you hunt in primitive areas. I run a generator at camp, mostly just to charge up a handful of items like cell phones and stuff like that. I did purchase the extra battery for $99 when I purchased this bike. Hopefully that will help eliminate not having to run the generator all night and still have a battery that's charged up the next day. That'll be something that we'll have to work out, and I'll definitely give you guys some more information on that as we start getting into what I would call a long-term review.
Oh, this is awesome.
This is a very fun bike. I mean, I've had it in sand, gravel, dry trails, even soft powdery sand. In fact, when you're in that powder sand, it almost feels like you're drifting in some of that deep stuff. It's surprisingly quiet. How quiet is it, you ask? Here's a nice little trail. If you listen, you should be able to hear the songbirds. I've actually ridden up on several deer over the past week. All right, I came around this corner really slow. Yesterday there was a little doe over here in that corner eating, and I thought, nah, yeah, she just ran off. All right, right past that yellow sign, there's a deer. I'm gonna try to get my camera out of my bag because it did not spook with this bike. He just put his head down. I'm trying to get this camera out. I've got too much junk in my bike bag. There he goes. There he goes. All right, they could be anywhere over here in these woods back here behind me. That was fun. That right there is what an e-bike is for. They didn't hear me coming, and it was really nice to see them standing there. Just look at how beautiful that is. Absolutely beautiful. The all-wheel drive motor system makes steep climbs much easier. The rear motor does the bulk of the work, but that front motor, it's like a low-range four-wheel drive when you actually need it. Let's be honest, it's not perfect, and it's not actually waterproof. IPX4 is basically fog, mist, light splashes. If it starts raining, you better get back to camp and or bring a tarp with you. Also, the 2-amp charger may be too slow for a 20-amp battery, especially if you're camping off-grid. Customer service says it prolongs the battery life. Maybe. But what do you think? Do you think it's more about cutting cost? What's your personal opinion? Comment down below. No fast charging solutions available. Entry-level parts: Shimano, Tourney, Logan brakes, basic rear shock. They all work just fine. But if you're planning to upgrade all these, just know that all these upgrades put you closer to a more expensive bike. This bike comes in several colors. Comes in a really good looking red and black. It also has a gray and black, camo, as well as the orange. Who's got the right of way, him or me? He does, because he would squash me like a June bug. I chose the orange. It may save me from getting run over on one of these old logging roads. Camo version also cost $100 more. I'm not sure why. If you guys have any idea why the camo would cost more, comment below. What's your thoughts? Why would the camo cost more? Bottom line, this bike is solid for entry-level riders who want a dual motor or all-wheel drive, decent suspension, and a fun ride for under $2,000. It's not a quiet cat. It's not a Velotric, but it will get the job done, especially during the dry weather hunts, camping, or exploring. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers, and I would like to invite you to join the Heartland community. We reply to each and every comment every morning. If I don't know the answer, I promise you I'll go find it for you. Got a question about the GoldenR? Drop them below. Do you want to see the top speed test or long-term updates? Let me know in the comments. And hey, if you're a brand making rugged outdoor e-bikes and you want to see how your ride holds up in a real world, get in touch. We're not a big channel, but we're real and we ride every day. I want to thank each and every one of you who have stuck around till the end of this video. I hope you all have a blessed week. And let's get outside and make something happen. All right, since we're talking about bears, I think this is a perfect time to go ahead and explain this to you guys. If you guys are going to be riding in an area where you know there's going to be bears, or the potentials of bears are going to be there, and you've gone out and you've bought yourself some bear spray, I want to just take a moment right here and let you know that bear spray doesn't work like off, okay? Don't spray that stuff all over you thinking it's going to deter the bears. I had to learn that the hard way. If you guys have ever sprayed yourself down with bear spray thinking it would keep the bears away, like off does the mosquitoes, comment down below and let me know. Am I the only one that's ever done that? All right, so here's a close-up of the bike. How many of you guys know that PuckiPup actually sells the saddlebags that are designed to fit on this bike? I did not. I actually found them this morning. Comment down below if you think, now again, not every idea I come up with is a great idea, but comment down below and let me know what's your thoughts. Could they build, right now they have the accessory package that you can buy when you purchase this bike. We added it. Got the front and rear rack, you got the fenders. I don't have the fender on the front. I'll end up putting that on before deer season. But for right now, that's actually a good way to knock stickers out of your tires while you're riding. But let me ask you this, if they had an additional, say, hunter package where you could get the bag, the rear rack, the fenders and everything else, and they went ahead and, two things that I'd like to see in the hunter package. They have an electronic air pump. I think that would be really cool accessory to add, along with the pannier rack. If you're going to get one, you need to get two. That way you can keep your load level. Because if your bike's unbalanced, it'll ruin your trip. And I've done full videos on moto camping on how to keep your bike packed level, keeping all the weight down at the center. But how many of you guys that are especially thinking about a hunting bike would like to see that package added as a whole nother little maybe upgrade from the accessory pack? I think they're missing out on some upsells there. Think about it. If they put them bags in the same box that your bike ships in, they're not paying for shipping, and we all know shipping's not free, regardless of what they say. You're paying for it in some fashion or another. But they could discount those down, the little air pump and the saddlebags. But that would make a nice little kit. They would save on the shipping. You'd get everything you need, essentially, for a hunting bike. You're going to need an air pump, an electric air pump, and the pannier bags. I just think it would make another upsell that they could do, and I think it's something that they're missing out on. There's two things you should know about riding out in East Texas that you can't pick up through the video. But when the sun's shining through these pine trees, you get that wonderful pine aroma. And then secondary, on these mornings like this where it's kind of heavy, people don't want to get out, you can really smell the honeysuckles